This is the plaintiff, Richard Ronaldo. He says he was contracted to do some landscaping for the defendant. Did a great job and has pictures to prove it. The defendant handed him a check for the full amount, even gave him a tip, and guess what? The check was made of rubber and was returned for insufficient funds. When he called the defendant to inquire, the pretend tough guy told him he was with the Mafia and to bug off. Bug off, he doesn't think so, and is suing this strange guy for every penny of the $1,820 he's owed. This is the defendant, Raymond Skura. He says the plaintiff's work was horrible, and when he showed up at his house to collect his pay, his nephew wrote him a check on a closed account he had. If he were home, he would have never paid the guy in the first place because he's a hack whose work stunk, and he absolutely refuses to pay someone when they do such a horrible job. He's accused of making a check go boing, boing, boing.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Richard Ronaldo.
Your Honor.
You are suing Raymond Skura for $1,820 in a check that he gave you that had insufficient funds or had to stop payment?
It bounced.
It bounced, just
Yeah.
regular old bouncing. Okay, tell me what happened.
He had contacted me to originally cut the grass. I had cut the grass probably twice. He was impressed with the job. He then asked me to prune the bushes and also lay some mulch. Take out the
Prune the bushes and lay some mulch?
Yeah.
Okay, and how had payment gone the other two times?
He had paid me cash, and
Okay.
he asked me to take the old mulch out and put new mulch in.
Okay, how big
And
of a house is this?
It was a pretty decent
How
sized
big a
house.
yard was it? Do you have a picture?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
pictures. He had a big yard.
So did you do the job?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How much were you supposed to get paid for the job?
The job was $13.50.
Had that been agreed upon beforehand?
Yeah, and
Do you have
Mr.
a contract with him?
No, I didn't
It
have
was
a
all
contract.
verbal?
Yes,
Do
verbal
you have
contract.
text, anything that would buttress what you're saying?
I think I might have some texts to where we were referencing back and forth to work, and
Just find right now whether you have text,
Yes, I
okay?
will.
How big is your property?
5,000 square feet.
Okay. Nice house.
Thank you.
So you did the mulch where all of the plantings are?
oh, actually, I do have many texts.
Okay, go ahead and put the phone down. You did the mulch where all of the plantings are?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you do it alone or did you do it with somebody?
I had one helper.
Is this your truck that's on the property?
Yes, ma'am. My truck, my trailer, 2 trailers.
All right. So how long did it take you to do the mulch?
It was like a 2-day job.
Okay. And how much of you had to buy the mulch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In other words, the $13.50 included the purchase of all that mulch.
Yes, ma'am. And when I actually delivered the mulch, Mr. Skura, Mr. Big Shot that he is, pulled out a big wad of cash, probably well over $10,000. And hey, you want me to pay you right now? And being that he was, it already had a solid, payment.
Why wouldn't you say yes if he did that?
I like to do my job first. And then
What? Do your job. The guy's asking to do. I don't understand. What would be the reason if somebody wants to pay you now? Sure.
The job wasn't done, ma'am.
So what? Were you going to do it? Or were
Yes.
you going to turn around and just leave him hanging?
That's
Okay, so if you knew you were going to do it, what difference does it make? Take the money. Okay. So what happens? You're done, and what do you do?
tried to get my money.
Okay, so you go to the door,
Yeah.
knock on the door, and who answers?
He actually told me to go over there, and his nephew was going to be there, and he had a check there waiting.
He had a check there waiting for you. So the nephew hands you the check?
Yeah.
Okay. But did the nephew know
After
what
I spoke with him, and
After you spoke with the defendant?
Yes.
Okay. So did the nephew seem to know what you were talking about? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's right
yeah.
here.
He was there
Okay.
when the job
so
was
you
taking
got the
place,
check,
too.
and what happens?
I left and deposited the check.
Okay, and what happened?
It
It
came
bounced.
back.
So do you contact him?
Yeah, tried to, yeah.
And what happens?
I mean, there was text messages going back
Let
and
me see
forth.
the text.
He kept saying that.
Here, hand it to my bailiff, please. My bailiff doesn't like you coming close to me.
Thank you, sir.
You or anybody else, it's not personal. What day did you do the job?
The job started like May 19th, the end of May.
Okay, so your texts only date back as far as June?
Yeah, that's when I was still trying to get my money.
Okay.
That's when the check bounced. The
Hold on
end
one
of May.
second. Okay, so at some point he's telling you, I'm going to end up coming back late tonight. Meet me in the morning by Shop and Stop before I leave for the city. Can you be there at 10:30 or I'll meet you on a job wherever you are. I'm leaving the city at 9, yada, yada, yada. That's him?
Yes.
And you tell him, okay, Ray, I really need that by tomorrow, bud. Drive safe. What are you referring to?
The money.
Because he's still saying he's going to pay you.
Yes.
You got it. Don't worry. And then you're supposed to meet him at the Stop and Shop. What happens?
I went
Oh,
there.
you
and-
waited.
Oh, I waited.
I can tell by your text. He doesn't answer you. You're like, where are you? I'm waiting. It goes on and on for hours. And then he just never answers you. Okay. What happened?
He laid the mulch. It was raining. We were in my garage. I had one of my garages open. We're sitting there talking. I offered to pay him like he stated. He refused to take the money. He did his job. Several times we were supposed to meet up. I couldn't meet him like I told him I was going to meet him. I didn't meet him.
Wait. There's a check that bounced. You skipped that part. What
Correct.
happened there?
The check bounced because
Why?
May 27th, I was leaving for Jamaica, Montego Bay. My girlfriend's nephew, I leave checks at home signed. He wrote the check out. My girlfriend's nephew. I didn't write the check out. He wrote the check.
Did he
out.
write it at your request?
Did he write it at my request?
What, are you stalling for time? Did I stutter? You know
No,
what I said.
No, he didn't write it at my
I was on the
request.
telephone with him.
Stop.
You were on the telephone?
Stop.
Yeah, don't talk to him.
Don't talk to him.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, should you penalize somebody who writes you a check but knows when they write it that they're going to stop payment?
I think so. I don't think it's fair to do something like that, especially if they know ahead of time that they're going to stop it.
Suppose they know ahead of time.
Yes.
What do you say?
I say the same thing, especially when dealing with money. So
Okay. Would you penalize somebody? Would you dock them, say, 100% just for being deceptive? Or not?
If you knew for sure that they were lying, then I guess not 100%. That's kind of harsh.
Hunter's harsh?
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you hear
20%.
Wait till you hear what I'm about to say going inside the courtroom.
Why would the nephew write, the boyfriend or
Because I
nephew?
told
whatever-
him if anybody comes here for bills this week, because I have the landscaper coming, county waste, the garbage company, write out checks.
Oh, so you told him to.
Yeah.
And then you let them sign.
Okay.
Well, they did it with your authority.
So he wrote out the check, gave him the check bounced. It was from an account I really don't use. The check ended up bouncing. I was going to make good on the check. I never got around to meeting Richie.
Why not?
I was busy. I had
That's your defense? I was busy?
my fault. My fault. Then he came. I have a condo in Manhattan. My girlfriend owns this house in Orange County.
So that's not your house?
No, it's not my house. My girlfriend owns the house in Orange County. I'm not home. I'm getting phone calls at 6 a.m. from my girlfriend. Richie's banging on the front door. He's
Yeah,
banging.
but he wasn't banging on the front door till you left him at a Stop and
Correct,
Shop for 2
correct,
hours.
correct.
Why didn't you show up for the designated drop at the Stop and
I
Shop?
have no excuse for that, Your Honor.
You didn't even answer the guy's text. You just left him there for 2 hours.
I have no excuse for that. honestly.
Did you threaten him?
No, I didn't threaten this man.
Tell me about his threats.
Yeah, I finally got a hold of him on the phone, and all of a sudden he wanted to play Mr. Mafioso.
How so?
Richie, don't talk to me like that. You don't know who you're dealing with here. I got connections and
Never.
da-da-da-da-da.
Are you Italian?
Yeah, I'm
That was a
Italian.
very good accent.
Never.
Okay.
I wouldn't
I
talk
was
like that
laughing
on the
at the
phone.
guy.
Okay, I'm sorry. You wouldn't talk like that on the phone.
No, never. I wouldn't talk
Just
like
not
that.
on the
I
phone.
wouldn't talk like that in person.
Because you never
either.
know who's listening.
No, I wouldn't
Okay.
talk like that in
All right,
person.
go
either.
ahead.
That's disgusting.
Go on.
I was outburst here in court. I wasn't showing that. Yeah, just, so I laughed at him, and I was a little upset. I wanted my money. And I told him, just pay me my money, and we'll have to hear
And now,
from
does
you.
it seem like a good idea to get paid when somebody has a wad of cash on
Yes,
them and
Your
before
Honor.
they go into hard times and get? Oh, were you no longer living in that house? Did your girlfriend throw you out?
Did she throw me out? No, she didn't throw me out, Your Honor.
Did you leave?
No, I
That
go
was no
back-
longer your house.
I go back and forth.
You go back and forth. Do you go back? Have you been back since?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there this morning.
Okay. Okay.
I pay the bills.
Do you? Because
Yeah.
it looks like you didn't pay this
No,
bill.
I pay the bills.
He
The mortgage.
pays all
Okay.
his bills, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
He pays all his bills. That's why we're here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, let me see the invoice that you sent him. How did the 1350 become 1820?
That I don't.
There was a $50 return check fee.
Can I see proof of that?
Deposited.
At one point, you text him and say, pick up your mulch. Because I'm not coming upstate. I'll
Yeah,
let
because that's-
them know. It sounds like at some point you and your girlfriend broke up or something, and you had nothing to do with the house.
Yeah, I go back and forth.
Because I told him.
Hold on.
Wow.
Which is why he doesn't want to pay for mulch, because it's no longer a house he's using. All right.
Exactly.
Okay. So why was there a $1,500 check written on a 1350?
Because this was his when I was on the phone with him, I'm gonna have my nephew give you a $150 check, a $150 tip.
Tip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Because
So
he was a nice guy.
$1,500, and
That's a
then
score.
then you charged late fees of $135. What gives you the
2
authority to
times.
do that?
I told him that if you don't continue to pay.
No, yeah, but you can't create a contract where there was none. In other words, if you have like monthly bills that you send him that say any past due balances will have a late fee of X, do you have that? No, we don't use writing.
In a sense, it was a tactic to try and get my money.
Yeah, I understand, but it's a tactic, and that's where it's going to stay.
Correct,
You
and
don't
I
get to sue
understand
for
that.
it because it didn't exist. There was no agreement. You get prejudgment statutory interest, whatever it is in your state, but you don't get that.
All right.
So it's $1,500, which I'm going to order him to pay you based on that check that he authorized writing and had signed in advance, and also the $50 return check fee. And I'm also going to order him to pay you your court costs and any prejudgment statutory interest on that sum since the day that the check was written. Good luck, gentlemen.
Don't wink at me, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes care of this case. The judge has ruled, and what's your action to the outcome here?
Could care less. He's a jerk off. That's my action. Have a nice day.
All right, what about your side of it?
I got my money. I got what was owed to me.
What's this been like?
It's been a roller coaster. It's been a headache. You have somebody that shows you all kinds of money, and they're good with it, and all of a sudden they slap you in the face. It's a hard pill to
No
swallow.
concerns coming into court and doing it this
No.
way?
No. I'm actually glad I did it this way. So it is what it is.
How
I
come?
got my money because I'm getting my money.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, so you think 100% is harsh. There are a lot of states where if you write a check knowing that you're going to stop payment, they will dock you either 2 or 3 times the face value of the check. And that'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.